Good evening all and welcome to the second semi-final of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. This is Enrico Piperno and along with me is Anand Amritraj. Anand, welcome.
Thanks, Rico. We're going to do this 2 or 3 times before we get it right, I think. Well, I thought I said all that a few minutes before, but I guess nobody heard me. So anyway, it's great to be back here with you and always fun.
Like we said, there are two guys here in the semi-finals, Paire of France and his opponent from Spain, Bautista-Agut, both vying for their first ATP Tour finals. So I guess both a little nervous as they toss at the toss of the coin. Paire, like Anand mentioned earlier, is seeded number 5 and ranked 47. So just on plain rankings, Paire would be the favorite.
I would think so. He's just a very, very talented young Frenchman who can make the most amazing shots and miss the easy ones. That's typical. That's so typical, though. Starting with Yannick Noah and Guy Forget and Henri Lecomte, that's exactly what they did.
Yes, a wonderful tennis-playing nation is France, and of course Spain. And between the two of them, the majority of the top 100 players are made up of these two countries. I know we have 13 Spaniards in the top 100, and I'm sure we have
at least about 10 French guys as well.
Yeah, minimum 8 or 10 French guys in the top 100 too. So two fabulously talented countries where tennis is concerned. And of course we see Paire. He's 23 years old. He's 6'5" tall. He's very, very tall. He's lean and mean. 80 kilograms. He's from Avignon in France, and he has an ATP ranking of 47. And his career best has been 41. Turned pro in 2007.
Challenges must be made in a timely manner and can only be made on point-ending shots or when a player stops playing. If for any reason the electronic view call is unavailable, the original call will stand. So now you know. And a quick introduction to our two semi-finalists.
And this is his road to the semi-finals. Paire. In his first round he beat Kipola in straight sets, and he absolutely demolished Dudi Sela of Israel, 6-1, 6-love. And in the quarterfinal was his big win. He beat Marian Cilic, the number 3 seed, 7-5 in the third. So that is how Paire reached the semi-finals. Wonderful crowd in tonight at the Aircel Chennai Open. And this is Roberto Bautista-Agut, 24 years old, 6 foot tall, 76 inches, from Castillo de la Plana in Spain, ATP ranking of 80. Turned pro in 2007, the same year that Paire turned pro, and his career best ranking has been 74.
Both young guns on the circuit, 123, 124. I think they're going to be around for a while. But this man here played the most amazing match yesterday after winning that first set. As you see that quarterfinal against Burdish. But before that he beat Laz Kapcic from Slovenia, 7-6, 6-2, and then Matthias Baschinger from Germany, 7-6, 6-3. So he's had a kind of a more difficult road to the final, and yesterday's match was a late one and very tough on the body. I think right at the end of the match, about 4-3, Burdish kind of felt the heat and felt the humidity of the place and wilted a little bit, and that's all Agut needed to close out the match. Wasn't really much to choose between the two players at the end there, other than the fitness factor. But magnificent effort by both these players. Paire, of course, the number 5 seed, so favored in this match on the basis of ranking. But the way yesterday we had to throw rankings out of the window, other than Tipsarevich's win. He was only high seed that made it to the semis, and this man is the next higher seed in the top half of the draw. So on paper and on form, you'd expect him to win, but that really doesn't mean anything.
And of course the off-court activity by all the young guns of the ATP Tour, and this is Mr. Paire himself, Paire. After his victory over Cilic, he visited the stall of the Indian Bank, one of the platinum sponsors of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013, where he signed t-shirts, caps, and he gave away and gave autographs to all his young fans. So looking for a home loan, Anand? That's the place to be.
That's the place to be.
Lovely shot there of Paire with the officers of the Indian Bank.
Problem is the rates are too high for me. Compared to what we get in the US, it's incredible. Lowest rates of all time. For the last 50 years, I don't think it's been so low. But here,
don't forget the interest
different.
rates are pretty high
as well.
too. So
no, that's right. Interest rates in the US are completely dismal. If you might as well keep your money under your mattress. It's so bad.
So that's what you do, Anand.
Yeah.
We found out what Anand does with his money in the US. True Indian
Under
style.
my true Indian style, yes. Still, man, 6'5". One of the tall boys on the circuit, along with Del Potro and Silic, and oh yeah, there's that beautiful trophy. The rolling trophy and the individual trophies right there. Beautiful. Both sides of it. Here, of course, we have the giant killer from yesterday. The match only finished at 11:30 p.m. last night. I know because I did it on TV, and it was a long one. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Finishing at late at night. And I hope he's had enough rest and a good dinner. He's ready for tonight's battle. And I think this is going to be a long one as well. All the young fans loving it. And Benoit's partner, Stan Wawrinka, is going to play the late night doubles. There's a doubles match in between. The match between Paire and Wawrinka against giant killers Nick Monroe and Raven Klassen. That's the last match of the night. But after this, there's an interesting doubles with the Ratewatana twins against the Germans Begemann and Emmerich. Should be a good one as well. Paire opening proceedings. Such a casual player, this Frenchman. Problem with somebody playing someone like this is that you never know if they're trying or not. As that doubles was the last 2 nights ago. Well, both of their coaches must have gone and studied each one's opponent just to see how his man should play and given them all the details on strategy. That's really the job of the coach. Ah, brilliant. Such a clean striker of the ball. Paire here. This one set up with a good first serve and of course lovely backhand cross court. Easy power from the Frenchman. Look at the way he strikes the ball. No movement of the feet at all. Just swung the racket. The ball rocketed off the strings. Quick hold. The other night when Paire and Wawrinka played the doubles against Rohan Bopanna and Rajiv Ram, they lost the first set 6-love in 16 minutes. The quickest first set of doubles I've ever seen. And then suddenly decided to play and came back to win that second set 6-4 and absolutely demolished the Indians in the tiebreak 10-1. So you never know what to expect from this man here. Quite amazing. Oh, that's just class. Look at the way he moved his feet, got to the ball and made it on top of the bounce. This one right here. This was not a bad forehand, a little bit loopy and in the middle, but Paire absolutely leans into it. 5 straight points for the Frenchman. Well, he's on the board now. But Agut has to be feeling some effects of last night's grueling semi-final, quarter-final against Burdish. Also finishing so late at night.
A super Saturday here in Chennai. Semi-final action live from the SDAT Tennis Stadium.
Oh, amazing ball striking from Paire.
On the full run there.
On the full run. And look, Rico, how erect he stands on his service return. He hardly gets down for it, but still sees the ball so well.
And
Look
he's
at this.
6'5".
Yes. I guess he's standing 6 feet behind the baseline, so he's giving himself enough room to strike the ball. Even the second serve, look how far behind he is. Moving forward. Took a good cut at that. Obviously turned pro when he was 19 years of age, so must have been a world-class junior. That's a great serve. Needed that.
195 on the FedEx clock. Bautista-Agut, one of the 13 Spaniards in the top 100 on the ATP Tour. Again, the sure depth of the Benoit Paire backhand, forcing the error from the Spaniard's racket.
Mobile phones during play. Thank you.
But as we said yesterday, Agut is going to stand and fight. Typical of all the Spanish. Just don't give anything away.
That's for sure. They will not keel over.
Missed it.
Advantage.
Well, you're not going to see too many long rallies in this match from the looks of it. Looks of the first two games.
Whatever it is, butterfly. Oh, it's going. Thank
Paire
you.
just taking the ball off the rise and clubbing it. This man here is trying to try to lengthen the rallies. That's his way of his best chance of winning the match. Beautiful. What feel on that drop shot? I mean, in disguise.
Same backswing. Okay, that's the key to the disguise. And then just opening his racket face up. The delicate drop shot. So casual, doesn't he look?
He does look so casual.
It's incredible that you imagine the guy is not even trying, but believe me, they stay very focused.
Oh, hit the line. We're going to have a challenge now.
Bautista-Agut.
Maybe it's too early in the day, early in the evening.
Net questions.
Paire, the only man in the tournament left in the singles and doubles semi-finals, having a really good week. Ah, beautiful. I love the way he moves into the court. As soon as he gets an idea that the ball might land short, he's all over it. That forehand especially.
See a replay of this. Let's see how many steps he rakes, so we can't see that. But I think in 3 steps he's at the net.
Beautiful touch on that angled forehand volley. That's what so easy for these guys. 3 steps, 4 steps, they're on top of the net. Amazing. Oh, great second serve. Agut doing all he can to hang on to his first service game. Very workmanlike, Bautista-Agut. Wow, that's just too good. It's a classic case of talent against hard work and workmanlike tennis. And this is the talent right here, the Frenchman. Look at this, how smooth is that forehand. And this one, of course, hardly even bends his knees. Amazing how at 6'5", he does most of it with his racket work. Great serve.
Moi j'ai vu bonne, mais c'est proche. Hein? Just Paire is challenging the service line call. Ball was called.
That's a little late. I cannot believe he's
He
challenging
was
the
looking
call.
immediately.
Yeah, well, the umpire is telling him he should have done it immediately, which is exactly right. Well, he was wrong anyway.
Advantage Bautista-Agut.
But you should have a certain time, maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds to make the challenge, not wait 30 seconds to do it. Yeah, the last one had a little extra zip on it, forcing the error.
Deuce.
And now with the
Paire has 2 challenges
5th deuce
remaining.
of this game. Agut trying real hard to hang on. So he's had only game points, no break points against him so far. Eight minutes. This game, 8.5 minutes. Two great gets, but the last one a bit too much for the Frenchman.
Advantage Bautista-Agut.
Coming up to a 9-minute game.
So again, that off forehand, Anand, such a weapon in today's game. Everyone
think
seems
it
to hit it
was-
so well.
It was invented by Jim Courier, I think,
Yep.
in the early 90s. Owned it.
He used to literally play in the backhand corner and rip
You
forehand.
know what the company is called? The company Inside Out Tennis. That's the name, believe it or not. That's
Serious?
it. Yes,
One more game.
absolutely.
So after about 9 minutes, Roberto Bautista-Agut holds serve,
The gates closed. No change. Thank you.
and we are tied up at one game all. In this, the second semi-final of the Aircel Chennai Open.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The winner of
players
this
are ready.
match
Please take your seats.
will play the number 2 seed Janko Tipsarevic, who won a bruising semi-final in over 2 hours against the young Slovenian Alijaj Bedene.
Well, after a struggle, Agut here has hung on to his opening service game.
You know, like these Spaniards say, the longer the better. So they're willing
Well,
to stay
that's
out
got to
there.
be a strategy. Keep him out there as long as you can. The Spaniards like to play long rallies and long matches because they know that fitness is not an issue. Whereas Paire can mentally go away, go walk about in the middle of the match. On the other hand, he can also do that.
Bautista-Agut is challenging the service line.
First challenge from Agut.
Almost 200 there, that first serve.
A little long, I think. Yeah. Just missed.
Second serve. Net, second serve. Lovely. 30.
Now a slight opening for the Spaniard. And all kinds of problems with the last service game, but got out of that. Oh yeah. Massive first serve.
15. 30.
Seems like he can hit those first serves in at 200 kilometers almost at will. Ooh, just long.
You hit the same spot
Paire
almost.
challenging the far sideline call. Ball was called out.
You know, they shouldn't be allowed to ask the umpire what they think. You know? You want to challenge.
What is that?
Now, how is that?
Call overturned.
No, was it? Wow.
30.
Yeah. Oh. Got to draw a line there just to make sure you got it right. Yeah, draw that line. Exactly.
You can't get closer than that.
There's more out, definitely more out than in, huh? Jeez. I'd be upset if I was Agut. Dude, even that volley, look how erect he is with that backhand. He just came and just poked it down the line. Amazing.
40.
Games we played, actually this is the third game, and one to deuce. It's the second one that goes to deuce. So judging by what we've seen so far, I think we're going to be here a long time tonight. And I guess the longer it goes, the better for Agut.
Ooh, just missed.
So that's the second double fault of the game, isn't
The
it?
game. As I said earlier, he could mentally kind of go walk about even in the middle of the game.
Center service line call. Ball was called out.
This is what I find ridiculous. He walks up, takes a look at it. There should be a 5 or 10 second rule. Lyrica, what do you think? Missed it. He still missed it.
It's ridiculous. They will talk about play being continuous. They
Yeah.
want players to serve within 25 seconds.
And they're giving time warnings for 25 seconds if you don't play within 25 seconds. And they're giving him 10, 15 seconds to challenge. Absolute disgrace. And look at that. Break point down. This smokes a backhand.
What was impressive was the kind of power that he generated off that backhand. To served at 134, it probably came back at about that pace from Agut. And this guy absolutely clobbered that backhand cross court.
Generates such easy pace. Paire. Good wide serve.
Paire.
Agut on the full stretch, missing it. The match 16 minutes old, just about as long as the Rohan Bopanat and Rajiv Ram took to beat these two guys in that first doubles match. The bagel them, Benoit Paire and Wawrinka. Ah, nice return. Took it off the top of the bounce.
Deuce.
Look at this angle on this backhand cross court. Really using that left hand so well. The racket head moving through the ball beautifully. Great return. Ah. Clean ace after 2 double faults this game.
Advantage. Paire.
Right on the line. So with that, Benoit Paire holds serve,
Say it again.
and he leads by 2-1
Yes.
in the first set.
Well, he does well. You tell him that as well, please. To see it. I would try to tell him. I will try. If I see it, I will say it. game pair. Pair leads 2 games to 1. I know what you mean, but if you don't like playing when the ball is still going on, you will have to do it as well. Especially after the first set. When you start to play, you will get a first set.
They an outside court with no challenger with that nose, man. Just going on serving. Childhood low. So Super Saturday. All the semi-finals today. The two single semi-finals. Benoit Paire playing Roberto-Agut, Bautista-Agut. They've been playing for 19 minutes and it's just 2-1 in the first set.
Oh, almost. Perfect disguise on that drop shot, but catching the top of the net. Didn't question it, didn't challenge it. Could have been 15-30 right now if he challenged. Backhand down the line. The ball was swerving into his left hip. Watch this. Moves out of the way so well and using the racket head speed hits it straight up the line for a clean winner. The last thing that Agut was expecting.
You know, we were talking to Karthi Chidambaram early this evening, and I know he was mentioning that some of these matches tend to get a little boring. And, you know, I see his point, because a lot of my friends who watch tennis, you know, the older generation and stuff who've actually watched the game and who talk about it now, say that it is very monotonous when they're watching tennis on television. First of all, you don't really know how quick the ball is going. You can't appreciate that.
The speed of it.
The speed of the ball.
No.
And second of all, these guys are all pretty much doing the same thing. You know, they play with semi-western or western grips, and they all hit two-handed backhands.
It's all true.
And so they, you know, become sort of, you know, let's see who misses first sort of tennis now.
Yeah.
And
it's all a question also how well each person moves and sets up. You get some guys who hit the ball a little harder, some not. But the Spanish guys are all pretty much in the same mold. Between David Ferrer, who's ranked number 5, and Agut, ranked number 80, similar styles of play. The only one might be slightly different among the Spaniards is Feliciano Lopez, lefty, who's a good serve volleyer. Oh, wow. Got the line.
Living dangerously, the Frenchman. And of course, here's the average service game durations. Bautista, 7 minutes and 17 seconds. So he likes to keep everyone out there for a while. And Benoit Paire in 3 minutes and 33. 3-3-3.
Twice as long, Agut, trying to hold serve.
Put the towel away, please. Thank you.
A slice backhand attempted pass, just wide. But Benoit Paire quick to seize the opportunity and the initiative in that point. Oh, it's a little too high. What feel? And how casual can you be?
Is he playing tennis at the MCC or is he playing the Aircel Chennai Open?
Oh, wow.
And that was absolutely brilliant by the Frenchman. Benoit Paire from France leads 3-2 in the second semi-finals. Take this, baby. Chai bana ya? Chai pila? Hey, oh. Chai. Chai हो जाए. दिल्ली में आज 1 डिग्री है. बन जाओ वापस. रह जाए. 1 डिग्री हो जाएगा.
Please take your seats quickly, ladies and
After
gentlemen.
26 minutes in this semi-final match, we are at 3-2 in the first set. Number 5 seed from France, Benoit Paire,
The chair outside.
holding serve and staying ahead. But his Spanish opponent right here, making long, hard work of his own service games. Great first serve down the tee. 194 on the speed gun. Has to be feeling some of the effects of his late night win over Burdish yesterday. Well, hopefully for his sake this might be a quicker service game. Really needs to win some free points on his first serve as he did there.
So 2 quick service games here. Paire holding at love, and now the Spaniard is at 40 love on his serve. Okay, going down the line, not missing by much.
Well, you spoke too soon, Rico. What a short service game. I think he lost the next 2 points, and now if we lose this one, we're going to be back where we were in his last 2 service games.
That's right. He was just 2 unforced errors off the forehand side.
Oh, wow. Massive hitting from the French number 5 seed. Standing erect as usual. And look at this. Look at this backhand up here. Racket head speed. Quite phenomenal. Right through the ball.
Such a good ball striker, the Frenchman. So Agut, 40 love, is now at deuce.
Coming up. Oh, what a drop shot. No. Oh, well played. Agut did well to get that drop shot and play it really deep. But Paire was there.
Advantage fair.
Now from 40 love, look at this. Look at the feel on this drop shot. Just over the net. Agut doing well to get to it, but not able to cover the forehand down the line. Break point. number 1. Oh, that's well played. That was not an easy shot for Agut, but he played it superbly.
This is his game plan, Anand. He doesn't want to win any game at 40 love.
Obviously not. He's had 3 deuce games already.
He wants to take them for a 7-minute game, so we'll have to send some donkey cheese down to the Frenchman at this rate.
We're not going to start on that again, are we?
Agut has a game plan.
So casual with that.
Advantage Bautista-Agut.
Very streaky player, the French number 5 seed. I don't know it's because of his youthfulness or just that he...
I think got a little to do with his technique too, Anand. He kind of, even there I noticed he's very upright and just using a lot of his arm.
It's mostly an arm game. He's not using his legs at all.
Yeah, so it's incredible how accurate he has to be with his timing all the time.
Look at that, he's in. The minute he sees Agut go to the one-hander, the Frenchman is in.
Such a good ball striker is this Frenchman. Just directing that ball corner to corner, eventually forcing the error from Agut.
Unusual name for a Spanish guy, Agut. But Roberto Bautista, quite Spanish.
Roberto.
Yeah, that's it.
Advantage Bautista.
Going exactly to plan. Agut with his 3rd advantage here. Again, game duration is already getting up to 6 minutes.
Mr. Bautista-Agut is telling the center service line. Ball was called out.
See, now that's how you challenge. As soon as you're not sure, put your finger up and the umpire calls the challenge. Watch this right here. Nope. Why?
Ball stand. Second
Well, he burnt another one.
They're running out of challenges pretty quick here. Paire is down to 1 challenge. Agut 2.
Bautista.
And with that heavy forehand, Agut manages to hold on.
Game song. Mr.
6
Bautista-Agut
minutes
has
and 40 seconds for this game,
remaining.
as you see it on screen.
So he had 40 love in this game.
We had 40 love
In about 45 seconds.
So it took him 6 minutes more to hold it.
Please be seated.
Does things the hard way, has done things the hard way the last 3. What was it? Oh. It must be so frustrating to try to coach somebody like this. So talented though. Look at this. There's 2 absolutely
15.
mind-boggling errors. First from a slice forehand. I don't know what he was trying to do with the first point. And look at this. It didn't even come anywhere near the net. Agut suddenly with 2 break points.
I fail to understand.
This is what I said earlier about going walkabout mentally. And that too in the 7th game. Jeez. Strange. He had it lined up.
30-40.
Well, it's been a game of
Curl the ball, boy.
errors.
Roll the ball between first and second serve. Yep.
Obviously not happy with that miss. He had it lined up and that would have given him the break. But, just pulled it wide. Yeah. We knew that was coming. His favorite serve down the tee. Wow. Took the pace off the Frenchman's second serve and drilled it up the line.
Advantage Bautista-Agut.
Maybe a little frustrated from that miss earlier when he had the forehand on break point. Made good on that one.
Breakpoint number 3 for the Spaniard.
Mr. Bautista-Agut is filling the service line call. Ball was called in.
The challenge coming up here by the Spaniard.
Very close.
Again, very, very close.
Oh,
Ball stands.
come on.
Wow, there have been some really close
Bautista-Agut has
calls.
one challenge remaining.
Well, I think he's out of challenges now. Agut.
They're both down to 1 each, I think.
Oh.
Advantage Paire.
A very, very sharp first serve when it goes in. And a quick motion, so hard to read.
He loves that serve out wide, doesn't he? Just keeps going for it all the time. He's a Frenchman.
Oh, that's a good shot. It's trouble. Oh, he's definitely done more with that half volley that he...
So after a bit of a mental walkabout, as Anand called it, Benoit Paire holds serve.
4 games to
And
3.
when we return, Bautista-Agut will be serving with new balls at 3 games to 4.
Right side, right side. Forward. Time.
Games on serve in the second semi-final at the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. Benoit Paire against Roberto Bautista-Agut from Spain. Paire, the number 5 seed from France, of course. And they played almost 40 minutes and only 7 games. So it's been a long hold, especially for Agut. Ah, absolutely brilliant. Cleaned the line on that one.
Lovely 15.
But all of his pace and power and precision comes from more the upper body, the racket head speed and the racket work as you watch this good rolled forehand down the line, and very little from the lower body and the legs.
He's come to play this game, that's for sure. A wonderfully struck return of serve, followed with a beautiful backhand down the line over the highest part of the net. I see a replay of that. Nice and deep, and then look at the weight transfer into the court. So love 30.
Just looks like he can turn it up when he wants to. Oh, wow. There's 3 smoking winners. Can really light up the court, old Benoit Paire. I shouldn't call him old, he's only 23. But just 3 magnificent strikes of the ball. And after what we saw last game, where he put 2 very below average drop shots into the net, it's quite a turnaround.
Now it's Agut's turn to bring it back to deuce. He has the 7-minute service game to play.
Oh, call. A challenge. He better be right on this one. This is his last challenge. If he's wrong, well, he seems confident that the ball was long. Yeah, good challenge. Well out. That gives the Frenchman the break. 4 perfectly played points.
Paire leads 5 games.
Suddenly come to life. Well, let's see if we can serve it out or does something silly. And that was the new balls too, a 3-4. Amazing. Yeah, well done. Not an easy shot, especially to go back behind the receiver.
So since receiving the new balls, he's won 5 straight points, the Frenchman. Winning 4 to break the Agut serve. The first one on his service game.
Yes. Perfect return. Well, the Spaniard needed that.
Need to stem the rot. And he did that with a superbly placed backhand return of serve down the line.
Three first serves this game. Well, if he's feeling any pressure, he's certainly not showing it.
14.
Amazing. 199 out wide.
He absolutely loves that serve, Anand.
He does. Though I did see him serve against Rohan and Rajiv. Some massive serves down the middle, especially second service. One on break point too, which dug himself out of a hole with that. But he does serve that backhand serve so well. But when you're 6'5", the serve should be easy.
So 2 set points here for the Frenchman. So after 44 minutes of intriguing tennis, the Frenchman's at set point. And a good forehand by the Spaniard. To the forehand side of the Frenchman, Paire.
Well, all set up with that beautiful forehand return, which caught Paire flat-footed, kind of dug it out of the middle of the court. Another set point. Oh,
With a bomb.
made that look easy, but it was not that in such an easy smash. Paire puts it away and wins the first set 6 games to 3.
Can we get the ice, please?
Yeah. So welcome back to the SDAT Tennis Stadium in Valluvarkottam, Chennai. I think I passed that test.
Finally got it, Rico. Finally.
We're watching semi-final action of the second singles. Roberto Bautista-Agut versus Benoit Paire. The Frenchman, Benoit Paire, having won the first set. And you watch the highlights of two really good ball strikers on the baseline. Paire being a little more adventurous, coming to the net more often than the Spaniard, to be expected. And then this is definitely the shot of the match so far. Casual topspin backhand lob. And this is the overhead that wins the set. So with that, in about 45 minutes, it was the Frenchman striking first, winning the first set by 6 games to 3.
15 love.
Beautiful backhand return. And that was a very, very difficult smash, almost on the baseline, that Paire made
15-all.
look so easy. So much talent with this young French player. He's quite lucky to survive that game at 3-all, 15-40 down. After that, he's been much tougher.
15-30.
Well, Agut feeling the pressure of having to go for a little more.
Didn't challenge that first serve, which was right on the line. So 15-30. An opportunity for the Frenchman right off the bat.
30-all.
That was kind of a sloppy forehand. At a big point like that.
Didn't move his feet at all.
Didn't move his feet at all. Oh, just wide.
14-30.
Oh, he won't be happy with that one.
That's it, Anand. If there's a weakness in Agut, is the fact that he cannot generate too much
His own
pace.
pace. Right.
Burditch yesterday was giving him so much pace off the ground that he was loving every minute of it. This guy's Paire is taking some pace off once in a while, and Agut is not being able to generate that sort of pace that he would love to have.
It actually is easy to play with someone who's hitting the ball nice and solid and hard to you, as opposed to somebody where, oops, another
Advantage. Paire.
dodgy second serve,
The second double fault of the game.
giving Paire a break point. Most un-Spanish of him. Giving 2 points away. Oh, wow.
Deuce.
Back to deuce.
So the roller coaster on the Agut serve continues.
Yes. Good backhand cross court. He did get to that well in time, and I don't know what he tried to do with that backhand slice, but it landed on his side of the court before it made the net.
Yes, he's just not as good a mover as Burditch.
No.
Both being pretty tall guys. Not easy to move. You're 6'5" and side to side.
Gangly as well.
Yeah.
Yes. And a good hold.
Game
After being down break point.
Game second set.
Bautista-Agut hanging on to his
Please
first service
keep
game
the
of
gates
set
closed.
number 2.
Thank you.
no break here, but they are taking a little drink as Wawrinka sits in the background watching his partner. They've got to play doubles later tonight against Raven Klassen and Nicholas Munro,
Thank you.
who took out the top seeds the other night, Nestor and Mahesh Bhupati, in a superb doubles match. Interesting to see if they can follow that up with a good performance tonight. Chennai crowd enjoying the lovely evening, and Wawrinka there watching his partner, hoping he'll get it done quickly.
Love.
Well, this match has been a lot of sort of error strung, hasn't it, Anand? Both players have not been at their best at certain times.
Oh, great shot. Well done.
Again,
Beautiful backhand down the line from Agut, setting up that easy put away.
such a Spaniard sort of return. They don't go for the winner right off the bat. They knock it down at your feet, and then to look at it a second time.
Well played point. Ooh, very close in the second. Went after it.
Agut tried to run around his backhand there, getting a little jammed. And a wonderful return by the Spaniard.
Now he's questioning it. Now he's challenging it. Amazing. I cannot believe the umpire is letting him get away with this.
I don't really know what he's saying. This is way inside the line. There we go. Sitting up in the booth here, I could see that.
Oh, I can't believe this.
Two challenges remaining.
That's burnt one more challenge. Oh. What does that look like to you, Rico? MCC, Gymkhana Club, what is that?
Even the South Club members make that.
Wow. Gee, there's hope for everybody after you see that.
Again, mental walkabout, as Anand calls it.
He usually comes up with an ace after that, but not this time. Well, maybe here. Oh, right in the corner. That's out. Well, he's not happy with that call for some reason.
D'abord, il a hésité, et même s'il hésite, c'est pas une raison pour non, ce qu'il peut pas faire, c'est d'écarter.
So with that, the Spaniard breaks serve, and he leads by 2 games to love in the second set. And the Benoit Paire and the umpire exchanging a few words in French. Don't even know what they're saying to each other.
I don't know what Paire is arguing about. There's nothing to say. His ball on the other side of the net was landed in, and he missed the next one.
So the Spaniard bounces back early in the second set. He's lost the first, and he's up a break. 2 games to love.
Very expensive backhand volley mistake there from Paire. Ah, nice shot. Wow. Perfect backhand volley. Really upset with himself. And understandably so. To think he can make that backhand volley and miss the one in the previous game. Look at this. Superb backhand down the line. This is a very, very good slice below the level of the net, and he slides into it so well, putting it right in the corner. Yeah. Paire is most dangerous after he loses serve. a little bit upset with himself and just going for broke. All the more dangerous that way. Agut really cannot match this man in talent. He just needs to hang around as long as he can. He's been threatening to break serve all the way through that first set, making Agut work really hard for his service games. And out of nowhere, 2 unforced errors.
That even missed the sideline.
Missed the doubles alley.
He's serious about needs to work on his mental side of his game, that's for sure.
Yeah, too good. On the other side of the net, Agut, very, very workmanlike. He goes through playing all the right shots and rarely loses points he's supposed to win.
So game point for the Spaniard. An opportunity to be 3-love up.
Pulled a Mansoor Barami there behind the back lob, almost a lob.
That forehand sails long. So with that, Roberto Bautista-Agut races into a 3-love lead in the second set. So welcome back. Semi-final Saturday at the Aircel Chennai Open 2013.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Benoit Paire from France, having won the first set 6-3. And down a break and is serving love 3 in the second. So an unforced error by Agut, first point. But
15, that's it.
So the Frenchman Benoit Paire struggling a little mentally. Double faults and then aces, and then all of a sudden drop shots that don't materialize, and then 3 brilliant forehands. It's incredible. Probably a very difficult man to play, because you're on the other side, you don't really know what to expect. Oh, a wonderful down the line by Agut. Setting himself up with a chance to break Benoit Paire's serve for the second time in the second set. Again, a casual half volley by the Frenchman. And very quickly he loses serve. And Roberto Bautista-Agut is up a double break. He leads 4 games to love in the second set. Oh, well done. A huge forehand cross-court by the Spaniard. You see a replay of this. Again, a sliced backhand in the half court, which Agut jumps all over. Complete command of this. The second set is the Spaniard. Wonderful drop shot by Bautista-Agut. See a replay of that. That really good first serve, setting it up. Just a delicate drop shot here, opening his racket face.
Really, does he have to change the racket face? He's got to change the grip as well from his left hand.
So with that serve,
14-15.
he very quickly has raced to a 40-15 lead, and this is the 5th game. Again, watching a Spaniard serve and volley, which he does very, very well. So he holds serve.
5 games to love.
Bautista-Agut from Spain leads 5 games to love. Second set.
Touch.
Amazing turnaround in this second semi-final. Roberto Bautista-Agut up 5-love in the second set, having lost the first set through 6-3 to Benoit Paire. This beautiful evening in Chennai, the Aircel Chennai Open 2013 semi-final day. This match will be followed by 2 double semi-finals, so it's going to be a late evening all around. Change of shirt for the Frenchman. I'm sure he's hoping for a change of fortunes as well. Might try real hard to hold this service game so he can, even if he loses this set, can open the third. Always a good thing. Beautiful. Such effortless power.
Well, I have to question his mentality, Anand, because like you said,
15.
all of a sudden he has major mental letdowns.
Certainly. And also, sometimes his choice of shots, it's ridiculous. And then he comes up and does that. So, I mean, he's always, behind the 8 ball, trying to bail himself out. Break points, he goes for the big ace, and most of the time makes it. But he must be a nightmare to coach.
Game. Paire.
Well, let's see Roberto here can
Bautista-Agut leads
close out the
5
set.
games to 1.
Very streaky player as well.
Must be a nightmare to play.
Definitely a nightmare to play.
You don't really know what to expect. But he doesn't know himself what he's going to try.
Superb off forehand.
15.
Painting the lines. This was not a bad shot, but look how Agut steps into that.
13.
Very quickly, 3 set points for the Spaniard
14 up.
to push the semi-final to set number 3. First serve not particularly hard, 170. Look at that. How casual can you be?
Bautista
Challenge there.
We want you to walk away.
in.
But
Half the time he doesn't even look like he cares, Paire.
I think that backhand got the line. As you can see in Hawkeye here, the outer edge of the line. So 1 set point saved
15.
by the Frenchman.
Has 2 challenges remaining.
Small stat here for you. 47 minutes was the first set. And after an hour and 9, the second set's winding down.
That's quick. "22. Well, it's not over yet.
14 30.
And the way the Frenchman plays, till the last ball is struck, you can't count him out. So streaky.
So set point number 3 for Roberto Bautista-Agut.
Look at that.
Stand and deliver.
Stand and deliver, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Just stand up straight and deliver, according to the Benoit Paire playbook. Amazing. That was a good serve too. Right into the slot though. He had it lined up.
Advantage Bautista-Agut.
This should have happened 15 minutes ago when he had a first chance break back. Now he's 2 breaks down and a long climb back.
Yeah, now good.
Set point number 4.
Love playing his deuce games on his serve.
Game and second
So
set.
in about 23 minutes,
By 6 games to
the
1.
Spaniard Roberto Bautista-Agut
One
wins the second set,
New boards.
6 games to 1. The Anand Rico show for later.
Benoît, il est allé aux toilettes.
One set all in this second semi-final. Bautista-Agut of Spain against Benoit Paire of France. Paire, of course, the higher ranked and the higher seeded player. As we see the stats from set number 2. First serve 64 to 52%, 56%. Aces by Paire, 11 of them against 3. And double falls 2 and 3. Winners 33 from Paire and 15.
It's a combination of both sets, Anand.
I would hope it's a combination of both sets because it certainly looks like Paire is doing better. 29 to 19 for the unforced errors and break points 2 to 1. And the highlights. Beautiful. Well, a drop shot not short enough.
Game.
That was a set point right there.
Bautista-Agut.
Paire got himself into a huge hole early on, losing his first 2 service games to go down 4-love, and there was no way back. But he gets to start the set number 3, the final set. Hopefully his motivation and his mental fortitude are back. Look at this. Soccer talent.
I think he'll be available for Arsenal Football Club. Look at that.
Yes. The next Zinedine Zidane, is it?
A showman, this Frenchman,
Certainly
Benoit
is.
Paire, showing us a bit of his soccer skills.
I think that's the biggest cheer we've heard so far from the Chennai crowd. His footwork with the ball. Yeah, loving it. Oh yeah, I guess he's a lefty. Oh no, he's got both feet going. Wow. Look at this. That's quite amazing. You and I could do that twice, Rico.
Twice?
We're lucky to do it once. I know I couldn't do it more than once.
So that was...
Quite a show. Where's the opponent?
He's
Taking
back.
a bathroom break, is he? Or?
Yeah, normally I thought they take bathroom breaks when they lose a set, not when they win one.
Right, exactly. Four and a half minutes nearly since they played the last point. So where's the umpire needing to give them a... Oh, I guess that's Paire taking, Agut taking his
15
time.
seconds.
Now he's winding the clock down for him. I guarantee he's going to get a warning here. Watching him.
Final set, Paire to 7.
No. Actually strange umpiring rules. Yeah. Well struck. From almost no man's land, he pulls it across court. Beautiful drive volley.
Can you take them?
Clipping the top of the tape was a Paire forehand.
I like the way this man here has played himself back into this match.
Like you said, you can never write off a Spaniard. Very workmanlike performance.
Ooh.
15-30.
While Paire continues to be brilliant at times and pretty hopeless in some other times.
Look at that. When he needs it, that backhand corner serve, as we mentioned earlier.
34.
Absolutely his bread and butter serve on the left court. He likes to keep the points pretty short, doesn't he, Anand?
He does. I don't think he likes to hit it more than 3-4 times. Tries to go for the winner. Tries to win a lot of points in his first serve as well. Sometimes with his second. Oops. That's 2 doubles again in one game.
13-40.
This first game is so crucial for him. He's lost the second set 6-1 and needs to make a stand right here. There it is. It's just so regulation. Anytime he's 15-30 or 30-40 down, hits the bomb. Couldn't be better placed than that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, what a point. Agut saw Paire sneaking in behind that half volley out of the corner of his eye and tossed it over his head, eventually forcing the error.
Break point number 2 for the Spaniard.
Well, he's got to look for, I don't know where he's got to look for this, because it could be down middle, it could be the backhand corner. He's got to hope he misses the first one. Now he's got a second serve to work with. Well done. Yeah, well played, well played. Good aggressive point. Didn't make a mistake on that volley either.
Game final set.
Now Paire really up against it. 7 of the last 8 games have been won by the Spaniard.
Benoît, c'est pourquoi, Benoît, tu as raison.
Well, I think the umpire is French as well, as you can hear it in the background.
I think he's German.
He's
German. He speaks pretty fluent
French
French.
as well.
I've seen him. He's been around a long time, this umpire. Don't know his name, but I've seen him from the time I was traveling with Mahesh.
This is a huge game for Agut. If he can hang on here and make this break stand up. Nope.
Lovely thinking.
Just wide.
We've definitely seen better matches on the center court this week.
Not the most scintillating match we've seen here. Even the previous semi-final was a really good one. Tipsarevic beating Bedene.
I was pretty impressed with that Slovenian.
Played unbelievable.
15-all.
He's got superb ground strokes on both sides. He's a young too, 23 or something. He'd be, as Tipsarevic said in his speech, after beating Robin Haase and Wawrinka, he's definitely there to stay. Guy needs to turn things around and quickly. Oh, missed it.
Oh, big miss there.
Huge miss.
15.
He would really love to have that one back. His bread and butter shot. Way out. Yeah, good serve.
Mr. Paire challenging the near sideline call. Ball was called.
He's challenging this.
Anand, I can put any amount of money on it that ball was dead on the line. I was standing right over here. Oh, I'm wrong. I lost it. Good challenge.
Rico, what, I should have taken you up on that. Could have bet your house on it.
15-40.
I'm moving with you, Anand.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna make a long move for that,
Wow.
2 missed forehands by a few inches. Oh, nice shot. Well, that I think was the pressure of the moment. The 2 missed forehands.
40.
He knows he's on track to get to his first final and kind of blew it.
Very smart shot here, playing this backhand slice drop shot. And then Benoit Paire having to come reach that and go over the highest part of the net.
Breakpoint number 2. Oh, well done. Well done. He had a chance to be aggressive in that point, the Spaniard, but let Paire off the hook and paid the price. He had 2 forehands that he could have come in behind.
1 game off.
This one, once he was in that defensive position, there was no way out. Even that forehand volley, not the prettiest one, but gets the job done. They're really happy to have broken right back.
Thank you, ladies and
Those 2
gentlemen.
forehands, Rico, costing him
Very dearly.
dearly.
So we're back on serve. And this is the final set.
He missed that in the first point of the previous game as well.
15 love.
Well, this man here, far more talented than his opponent. Just prone to a few mental lapses in the course of a match.
30 love.
I think that comes with the package though. When you have that much talent, you tend sometimes to find the game a little too easy and take your mind off of it.
Complete shank, that forehand.
30, 15.
Kind of changed his mind there. So he's
Don't know
going
what
to hit
he
that
did.
cross
He made a-
court, and then
Made a complete mess of it.
all the ball did was find the bottom of the net. So 30-15 on the Paire serve. Then he throws in a double fault.
30 all.
Seems to be
A
getting
shank
up.
forehand and double fault when you're serving at 1-all in the final set.
Didn't get up on that serve at all.
The
Hit
racket
down
head-
on it.
And also racket head speed is
Yeah.
completely missing.
Yes.
Then you see him hit some second serves at 160.
Pretty incredible.
Strange.
Benoit Paire.
Oh, look at that. You don't know what's going to come off of the racket.
That was a tough shot.
40,
Very tough.
30.
See a replay of that on the full run. Getting right behind that backhand and hitting over the highest power of the net for a clean winner.
Rifling it down the line.
Let's see his
Deuce.
Well, Paire in spite of his little mental lapses, certainly fun to watch because you don't know what he's going to do. And we've seen some of the oddest shots played today by him. A slice forehand that didn't find the net, and then of course that. Right away a challenge.
He's going to have a look at it before he challenges. He didn't challenge that, Anand.
He did. Oh yes.
A huge second serve by Benoit Paire.
Advantage.
And this time he made it high backhand volley.
Yeah, that's good.
Again with his bread and butter. Bomb out wide at 195 kilometers an hour. The Frenchman holds serve. And he leads 2-1 in the final set.
Games 2-1.
That either one of them would be advancing to an ATP Tour final. So a big moment. What feel and what quickness by the Spaniard. Not only did he get there,
15 love.
he was able to get under the ball and hit a beautiful angle cross-court. Look at this from the other side. This was a good drop shot, but he just scoops it up and goes cross with it. A little bit more juice in that forehand down the line from Agut.
Bring the towel to the back. Next point. Wait.
Just missed it.
It
Not
was called
exactly
out
sure
on
what Paire tried to do with that forehand.
Mr. Bautista-Agut is challenging the near sideline call. Ball was called out.
Is he taking a break? Oh, and was in.
Ball stands.
So Paire loses the point.
15-all.
The wrong challenge in the middle of the rally and you lose the point. Maybe he just needed to sit down for a few minutes. That was a bad miss.
Just
Love the way he closed in on that forehand volley.
40-50.
Continuing to keep the rally short, that's for sure. The Frenchman trying to end it.
I think he's also, as you saw right there, getting a little winded.
Yeah.
So the aces and the approaches to the net. Holding serve for a 3-2 lead in the final set. This semi-final of the Aircel Chennai Open. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second semi-final of the Aircel Chennai Open. Benoit Paire of France seeded number 5 against Roberto Bautista-Agut from Spain. As we look at the rally hit point comparison of the two players, Agut 87% of the time behind the baseline to 70% for his French opponent. Match on serve.
15 love.
After an early break for Agut, which was promptly erased by Paire. Beautiful.
Makes tennis look so easy at times. Is Benoit Paire just stepping into that return and generating so much pace off that backhand. Again, and pretty makeable backhand.
Well, that's what I say about this guy. He's just so up and down, even in the course of the rally. Mentally up and down. Yeah, well played. Points being kept really short by both sides of the net, especially Paire.
Yeah, but the return was right in the half court there.
It was right there. Hit me written all over it.
That's right.
Well, the long service game of the first set now just a memory. These games going quick. 3-all now in the final set. Going to come down to a battle of wills because I think they're both hurting a little bit, especially Paire, who took his first chance to sit down in the middle of the last game. The Spaniard might be a little fitter. But the humidity in Chennai right now, though it's not very hot, but humidity is always quite sapping. 90% apparently. Great drop shot. That was a poor choice of shot from the Spaniard. He had it lined up so well. He could have gone down the line, a topspin lob. This one right here, he had enough time to do what he wanted with it, but decided to go short angle straight into the backhand volley of Paire. service game duration this set as opposed to the first one, which is more 6-7 minutes a service game from Agut especially. Now it's in the 3-minute time frame.
And a pretty makeable forehand volley there by Benoit Paire. Following it up to the net after a huge serve.
Net.
Again serving 200, 202 kilometers an hour.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
30,
Anytime you miss a second serve return, it's a gift to your opponent.
Yeah, he's played a couple of
Loose ones.
loose backhands in this game. Had a lovely look in that first point to a backhand down the line passing shot.
Yeah.
Chose to be cute. And then hitting a pretty makeable backhand just now into the bottom of the net.
150 kilometers, not that fast, second serve. A few more serve and volleys from Benoit Paire, trying to keep the points quick.
40, 50.
I don't know what he's going to have left in the tank to play doubles with Warrington later tonight. Especially since they've got quite a tough doubles match against Klassen and Monroe.
So with that backhand error, the third in the game, Benoit Paire holds serve.
Paire leads.
And he leads 4 games to 3 in the final set. An hour and 41 minutes on court here in Chennai.
Time.
Games on serve in this final set. Benoit Paire of France leading 4-3 with Bautista-Agut to serve. This man here in a must-hold situation. He comes galloping in, is all I can say.
I thought I was the racing man here.
Yeah, pulled out right out of the racing man, your racing manual. Yeah, but he was on the forward move and just absolutely flubbed that.
Where was that
backhand
split
volley.
step that we
Where
teach?
was that split step? None of that.
Off
None of that.
balance.
Just came flying in.
Yeah, a bull in the china shop.
Such a makeable volley too. Spaniard hanging tough. This is a match with talent against grit, is basically how I see this one.
That's right, getting to the business end of the set now.
Yeah, exactly.
Benoit Paire will have to be a little more consistent. No more cheap points. Otherwise the Spaniard's going to wear him down.
Oh, trying to close out the point quickly.
Well, lefty forehand, that's not going to help. Off balance.
And a huge cut at the ball.
Yeah.
Huge backswing, huge follow through.
Trying to muscle it.
Well, he has to muscle it because he's certainly not using his legs. Having said that, he seems to generate a lot of easy power. Look at this. I tell you, he really can give you fits. To do this, you really got to change the grip to a Conti grip.
Yep.
Right there. Exactly. Perfect placement. Completely fooled his opponent. Yeah. Beaten by the pace and the depth of that forehand. Agut.
40-30.
That first serve was only at 159 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, that's why I got punished, I guess.
Just trying to roll it into court, the Spaniard. That's always the danger. Waiting for Paire to miss.
Well, he's lucky that ball caught the line. Or very close to it.
4 games all.
4 games all, final set. The game's moving along fairly rapidly. Huge game for Benoit Paire. Cannot afford a lapse here.
Again,
That's
trying
what I'm talking
the
about.
ridiculous, as I call it. Leaning backwards, away from the ball. And it's such a good first serve. He could have actually been aggressive with that.
For
Forced
sure.
himself into the net. Instead,
Totally unnecessary error.
he trails love 15.
Oh, look at this. Oh my God, what is that? Oh, he had it. I can't believe that point, Rico. Such a huge point. And both the guys, I really don't know what they were trying to do.
Suddenly became slow motion tennis.
They did.
A little bit of cat and mouse by both the players.
Love to see a replay of that one. Oh, he had a good look at that.
I thought Agut had not done enough with that drive volley.
He did not do enough with that. So, on the run, Paire trying to pull it cross court, but not clearing the net. I'm sure Agut did not want to have to make that volley. Came in on a prayer.
Net.
Ooh, went for his favorite serve. 202 out wide. Yeah, too good. Solid point. Started off with that huge second serve. Absolutely rifles us down the line. And this
152 kilometers an hour. That's with the speed of the ball.
At this stage of the game, no smash is an easy smash, especially when looking into the night sky.
Fault.
Ugh, another drop shot.
Not out.
Oh, what a get and what a play.
30, 40.
Very
Again.
good drop shot from
5
him
games.
to serve for the match.
Time.
So we're back. So as we come back, the unseeded Spaniard Bautista-Agut will serve for a place in the final of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013.
Thank you.
The first time in his life he played a top tenner last night. He came through with that. Let's see whether he can do that tomorrow if he should win today. So, down to the business end of the final set. Spaniard to serve from the far end to Benoit Paire.
Oh, he'd love to get this first point. Oh, good second. Oh, tremendous backhand by Benoit Paire. Forcing the error. This is certainly not going to be an easy game to hold for Agut.
I get a feeling he's a little nervous.
He's a little nervous, and Paire is going to open up and really go for winners like he did right there. Ah, he had it. Great return and a great recovery from Agut.
15 all.
197, and it came back just as hard.
A wonderfully picked up half volley forehand by the Spaniard. But, Paire going for a little too much of the forehand side.
Oh yes, great second serve.
Gutsy second serve.
Gutsy second serve, went after it. Well, this is the moment. Well, he did it against Burdish yesterday. He had a solid game to close him out, and doing the same thing here so far. Oh, went for a big second serve there too, 158.
30 all.
Pretty gutsy.
See that, just missing the service line. So I guess both these players with an opportunity to be in their first ATP Tour final. A little nervous.
Yes, great serve. Very good wide serve there, and Paire trying to go up the line. Huge moment for the Spaniard. Match point to get to his first ATP Tour final.
So they've been on court for an hour and 53 minutes.
Thank you.
And we got to match point. Roberto Bautista-Agut.
Net. First set.
And there it is. Amazing, amazing win.
3-6, 6-1.
The Spaniard. Having lost the first set, comes back in 3 to beat Benoit Paire and get to his first ATP Tour final.
Kind of look of disbelief on his face. I guess just the excitement of reaching his first tour final. Confirmation here of Roberto Bautista-Agut winning in 3 sets. 3-6, 6-1, 6-4. Just a wonderful display by the Spaniard. Played for an hour and 53 minutes on court as Roberto Bautista-Agut from Spain, unseeded. I see here the stats of the match. Benoit Paire, his first serve percentage is very low. 64 to the Spaniard, 49 to the Frenchman. aces, 14 to the Frenchman and 3 to the Spaniard. Double faults again on the higher side, but I guess he was going for a lot more winners by this Frenchman, but a lot more unforced errors too at 45-24. I think that's what made the difference. And the break points 1-4 by the Spaniard and 2 by the Frenchman. So that's the stats. And we have an unseeded player in the final of the Aircel Chennai Open. I think that's what made the difference. And the break points 1-4 by the Spaniard and 2 by the Frenchman. So that's the stats. And we have an unseeded player in the final of the Aircel 24. I think that's what made the difference. And the break points 1-4 by the Spaniard and 2 by the Frenchman. So that's the stats. And we have an unseeded player in the final of the Aircel 24. I think that's what made the difference. And the break points 1-4 by the Spaniard and 2 by the Frenchman. So that's the stats. And we have an unseeded player in the final of the Aircel 24. I think that's what made the difference. And the break points 1-4 by the Spaniard and 2 by the Frenchman. So that's the stats. And we have an unseeded player in the final of the Aircel 24. I think that's what made the difference. And the break points 1-4 by the Spaniard and 2 by the Frenchman. So that's the stats.